Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Emerald City Sports, the podcast. We got the whole gang here once again, which is nice. Jacob is back after missing last week, so we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. Let's start it off with the Super Bowl. Now, Josh and I did talk a little bit about it last week, but Jacob wasn't here. So, Jacob, let's get your insight right off the bat. What are your thoughts about this Super Bowl?
My thoughts about the Super Bowl. Okay, I'm really non-biased on the Super Bowl. I do not care who wins, but who do I think is gonna win? I don't know because these two teams are so greatly matched. I mean, Chiefs have the experience, Patrick Mahomes, who I think everyone thinks is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and I think he could go down as one of the greatest of all time. He's a great quarterback, but then if you look at the Eagles roster, the roster is insane. They don't have any weak points. Everything on their team is average or above average. There's nothing stopping them, and they have a great coach. Only thing I'm thinking that might have them lose is because of experience or something. Because the Chiefs been to the Super Bowl, twice in the last few years. I don't know. It's gonna be a toss up. But who do I think has the edge? Maybe the Chiefs. I'm gonna just say the Chiefs. I'm gonna
All
say the
right.
Chiefs for right now.
All right. Yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you mean there. They got the experience. They've been already there twice, won one. Josh, now this QB battle is gonna be huge. I mean, Jalen Hurts versus Patrick Mahomes, two young guys. It's like the start of a new era. It's gonna be pretty big seeing them fight it out in Phoenix. Josh, what are your thoughts about this QB battle, and who do you think will prevail, even if the person that prevails might lose?
I mean, already heading into the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is coming off of what it seemed. What was it, like an ankle injury or something? An injury at that, which will just like will feel weird. He has to go through all this recovery practice, probably miss just a teensy bit of practice time, might shake up something. But 2 weeks is plenty of time for Patrick Mahomes to rest up. I think he'll prevail. His experience, um, also having Travis Kelsey, I feel like this great connection between him and Kelsey. Travis Kelsey, make sure I'm talking about the right Kelsey here. Um, I think this connection will be like there's a strong connection between these two that's lasted for a long time. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts has who like Devontae. I feel like one of the best wide receivers for the Eagles, Devontae Smith, who I feel like has the best connection. But he's a rookie, or was it last year or this year? I can't
I
remember.
think he was
But
a rookie. He was a rookie last year. I mean,
Yeah, he's a
last year,
second year.
he's
Second year.
he's still young.
but they're still developing that connection, and I feel like Patrick Mahomes will prevail, and so will the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
But Josh, you can't forget about the fact that they have AJ Brown, they have Dallas Goddard, and so I mean, Jalen Hurts still has a lot of weapons too. But I think I see what you mean. I mean, Mahomes just even with less weapons, he's still gonna prevail. He's still a magician. He still knows what he's doing on the field. Hurts is like I guess you could say he's still getting there. I mean, he really could have had an MVP season if he wasn't injured, but he still doesn't have as much experience as Mahomes. Mahomes is gonna have the upper hand, I believe, also. And I'm just gonna be excited to see them both play. I mean, they're both gonna do a great job out there. Just pull off some fireworks. Hopefully, see a few deep balls for touchdowns. That'll be really nice. Now we go over to the defense. The Eagles' defense is pretty damn good, while the Chiefs' defense is not bad. And so, how much of the defense will play a factor in this game? Josh, let's go to you.
I think it will play a huge factor, especially because I feel like it'll either go some. It'll depend on these one-on-one matchups because the Eagles have so many weapons, the Chiefs have so many weapons, so they can't. Neither the offense and defense can double up on each other, which will make it a lot of 1v1 matchups. And I think that's why the Super Bowl is so close, and that's what will decide the game. Who wins these one-on-one matchups between the offense and the defense of both teams?
And Jacob, when you're looking at the lines for both teams, offensive line, defensive line, who do you think has the upper hand when it comes to the battle in the trenches?
Offensive line, 100% Eagles. I mean, Chiefs, they have a good O line. I mean, pretty solid. Pretty solid. You know, Orlando Brown, Creed Humphrey. They have some nice guys, but that Eagles offensive line is crazy. And it would be even better if Lane Johnson didn't get so many penalties. But that is just, I think, going to play a big factor. Chiefs defensive line, though, I think it's a slightly better than the Eagles defensive line, but not really, you know, too much better. Not too much of a factor. I think will play out in defensive line.
All right, all right.
Uh, I got one thing to say though. Dallas Goddard, I'm pretty sure is on IR right now.
Oh,
Wait,
I
let me check.
kind of forgot about that. Damn.
Yeah, here, Dallas Goddard
Well, if Goddard
IR.
is, then I mean, yeah, he is. He is not
Wait.
on IR. I don't believe he is.
Oh, so he's not hurt anymore. All right,
Yeah, so I
nice.
mean that still keeps
Never mind. Then never mind. Never mind.
that's
Never
still I
mind.
mean
He's playing.
he's
He's
not on
playing.
IR, so I mean the tight end race is still going to be close, but Travis Kelsey obviously has the upper hand. I mean, he's just has
100%.
he has a really close connection with Patrick Mahomes, so it's gonna be hard, especially since Goddard and Hurts, have only spent 2 years with each other, while um while Mahomes and Kelsey, they spent a long time. They've worked together for like at least 5 years now. They just click, and especially with Tyreek Hill gone, Mahomes is always looking in Kelsey's direction. So, um, it's gonna be a pretty crazy matchup. I mean, I what would your guys' predictions be? I mean, I don't want to say I'm superstitious here, but like I don't know if it's occurred to you guys, but like the team that wears the white jersey usually wins the Super Bowl. Now, there's some exceptions. I mean, the Eagles won it with their green last time in Super Bowl 52, and the Chiefs won in Super Bowl 54 with the red. But when you look at the long run, I mean, most of the time, it's like the team in the white. And so, I want to say the Chiefs, but like, I shouldn't be acting this superstitious. I mean, do you guys have any superstitions in the Super Bowl?
There's so many of these. You could pick every pick whatever you want. There's always exceptions every single time. There's too many. I mean, some ones that I've known. There's this guy who's picked Super Bowl loser 15 years in a row. Okay, whatever. The team that's lost this coin toss since the Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl has always won the Super Bowl. Um, yeah, but there's just so many. There's none that you can really focus on that are actually true for every single Super Bowl, and it's just it. The ones that people say that are really true that are happening right now, that they get into the players' minds. That's why those things actually happen, is because they just get into their heads, play off. That's the game, and they'll keep the whatever this curse on.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, yeah, the coin toss thing has happened for the last 8, soon to be 9 years. So you're right. It does get in the player's head, like, oh crap, we won the coin toss. We might lose this game, and it ends up happening. It's happened for the last 8 years in a row. So I mean, yeah, there's some curses, there's some superstitions you think about, but I mean, at the end of the day, it does come down to talent. But the superstitions just coming from the side. You never know what happens. I mean, and curses might be real, especially that coin toss one. What are you guys' predictions for the Super Bowl? Jacob, since you were not here last week,
Uh,
let's go to you first.
all right. I'm said I'd give the edge to the Chiefs. Oh yeah, about the superstition thing, I think it's just a coincidence. I don't think there's such thing as superstitions, in my opinion. But yeah, Chiefs by a little bit. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I saw someone said like predicting the Super Bowl, and it was like, or the NFL script has been leaked, and it said like
Yeah,
37-34.
that was pretty
I'm
funny.
going with the NFL script. I'm going 37-34.
But the NFL script said it was 37-34 for the Philadelphia Eagles. So you're
Eagles.
so you're
Yeah, but I'm
switching.
going Chiefs with this one. I'm
Okay. So
flipping it.
Jacob has it 37-34 for
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm
the
about to flip
Kansas
it.
City
Though.
Chiefs. Josh, what about you?
Okay, this is gonna be a very bold score with a very unexpected season with two closely matched teams. It's gonna be Chiefs are gonna win with 6 points. The Eagles are gonna score one. We're gonna have the first ever 1 point uh score by the Eagles. 6-1 Chiefs.
What?
Ah.
Bro, what are you talking about?
What type of score prediction is that? Okay, and Josh, explain to me
And
how
on
you.
the on like the
Josh,
same.
Josh, explain how you can score 1 point in the
So
NFL.
after the Chiefs will score a touchdown, get the 6 points, then somehow either kick a field goal or go for two, but then have an offensive safety. It has to go all the way down the field for a safety, and it would be a 1 point safety, and the Eagles would pick up the point.
You really think?
6-1.
If that happens,
You really think?
And
if
it happened in college football.
I mean, but anything
Let's
can
go to the football. College
but
football teams are scoring
anything
238.
can happen in college football, Josh. The NFL is different. Like not everything can happen in the NFL. Okay, like
Script.
if you
Script writing right here.
if you
Script
place
writing.
a bet, I mean, if you place a bet for like $1 and like get it right, I don't know how much you're making out of that. If they actually
Millions.
score 1 point, I will probably just wear some like Oregon State gear. I don't know, man. That's just, it's
You
just
said it.
It's just not gonna happen.
If that happens, I'll go
no
fully
way.
bald.
Yeah.
You
No,
heard
the one-
it here,
that one guy-
folks. You heard it here.
You know how that one guy got the Seahawk on the side
Yeah,
of his
I
head?
mean, you love to see that.
I'm gonna
He's gotta
get
eat his
a
words. That
picture
was
of
nice.
Josh on the side of my head.
You guys never explained 1 point. People can just kick an extra point. That's 1 point. People
Okay,
score
they
1
might
point all
score
the
one
time.
point,
Move
but
down
they're
the
not
other
only
team.
scoring
Offensive
1 point.
safety on a what's gonna happen? Long snapper like
The
just
PAT.
like snaps it with his cannon arms. It just
Snaps
goes
it
all
over
the
his
way
head.
back, all the
Snaps it
way
over his
back,
head.
all the way back over his head, and then run the end zone. Everyone just bobbles it on their way back to the other end zone and goes out of bounds. There's like a 1 in a million chance that's gonna happen, Josh.
Welcome to the NFL, Martin.
I
We'll see
wear
what happens.
Oregon State gear. Jacob will go
I'll
full
get-
bald and put Josh on the side of his hair or something like that.
Yeah, I'll get Josh on the side of my head.
But Jacob and
Oh
I
yeah,
will-
and not just that. I'll get Josh on the side of my head, and then I'll get the avatar arrow right in the middle of my head. Bro, I'll actually do that if that happens.
I mean, Jacob and I have nothing to worry about because there's no chance they're scoring 1 point. Mark my words, no chance that they are scoring 1 point at all. Okay?
Cut the footage, guys.
exact. No, exact. I'm 100%
Yeah,
sure.
cut the footage. You getting it
100% sure.
completely wrong.
No 1 point score. If there does, that's just crazy. And Josh is like a mind reader. Josh has the NFL script somehow.
He's the script writer. He's gonna rig it and he's gonna
There's
make
no
it the
chance.
script.
But it'd be funny if Josh was a script writer. Actually, he'd actually do it on purpose. And then Jacob goes full bald. That would be.
Hey, I'll have the
unfortunate.
arrow.
But
I'll have the
there's
arrow.
no chance. There's no chance. Right there. 100%. 110%. No chance that they're scoring 1 point because there's a 1
Okay,
in a million chance
this actually
that it's
happened.
gonna happen.
Martin
that'd be
being
crazy.
mad about a 1 point seat. Like, okay, let's move on. Let's go.
Okay. Well, my prediction for the Super Bowl is the Eagles edge it out. Mahomes, he's gonna fall close again, and so I'm gonna go Eagles 31, Chiefs 27. 31-27, Eagles win the Super Bowl. But honestly, like, for NFL fans, not Philly fans, not Chiefs fans, whoever wins, it feels like it's going to be a lose-lose anyways. Because if the Kansas City Chiefs win, then Mahomes' family is going to just be a living nightmare for all the NFL fans. Yeah, like, Jackson Mahomes going to go do TikTok dances. Brittany Mahomes going to yell into a phone like she always does. But then if Philly wins, I mean, the city of Philadelphia is going to burn down within like the next 3 hours after they win, because Philly fans, they're crazy. Literally, they won the NFC Championship and their fans jumped on a train stop area and made it collapse to the ground. They were climbing light posts even though the police department and all that were trying to put like sliding Like not what am I'm going blank. They were trying to put stuff on it for that they slide off, and it still didn't work. They were still climbing the top of lampposts and stuff like that. I mean, Philly's just crazy. So I mean, either way, the fan bases are gonna go crazy, and the NFL world will probably lose because either way, something annoying is gonna happen. Um, but I think I'd probably just take the Philly fans because it'd be kind of entertaining to see how they celebrate. You never know. You never know. It'd be pretty funny. Okay, so the Super Bowl is only for two teams. So for all the other guys who were just short of making the Super Bowl, unless you're a Texan or unless you're a Chicago Bear, you went to the Pro Bowl. Honestly, the Pro Bowl was kind of fun. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I just wish they'd promote it more because not that many people knew it was even going on. They didn't promote the heck out of it like the All Star game. They didn't promote it like it was um, NBA or MLB.
I
And
got
just
more. I
yeah,
got more NHL, All Star things and Pro Bowl commercials. In fact, I didn't even see a Pro Bowl commercial.
yeah, they didn't promote it really well. But like with the lack of promotion, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the flag football stuff was fun. Our boy Geno Smith went absolutely off. I mean, 5 touchdowns.
But I think it was trying a little bit too
That
hard,
that
to be
was,
honest.
but that's what made it fun though, right? Because
Yeah.
when they were playing in full pads, they weren't even trying. It was like two-hand touch with pads on. But now that it's flag football, they're trying a little bit harder. Not that many injuries besides Miles Garrett, who broke his toe or something like that for some reason, which is unfortunate. But I think that was the only injury. So everything else was fine. The flag football stuff was fun. The skills competitions were nice. Derek Carr was basically using as as a combine so that he could get on to another team. He was absolutely roasting the Raiders. Jason Myers and Brett Maher
Brett Maher.
caught an absolute stray, which was unfortunate. But I mean, the Pro Bowls were fun. I wish they'd do more of that. I think we're like one of the few people who actually watch the Pro Bowl because everyone is like, the Pro Bowl's boring. It's not fun anymore. They should put in the middle of the season like NBA and NFL do. But I'd like it before the Super Bowl. It's just a time for the NFL players to have fun, just to relax. And if you're complaining about the Pro Bowl, just remember, you're not putting your body on the line like these NFL players are. You're just sitting on the couch watching, okay? Just
Miles Garrett did.
yeah, Joe. Yeah, Miles Garrett did, unfortunately. But like, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. They're just all having fun. So why don't you have fun with them too? It's all good fun, and I think it's great. What was your guys' favorite part about the Pro Bowl, Jacob?
Um, maybe it was pretty funny when Saquon Barkley got hit in the face with the dodgeball. That was really funny. Let me think. What else? Geno going off in the thing. Honestly, Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley was.
Who?
I
Okay,
don't
who
know
let that?
how,
Okay, who let that guy in the Pro Bowl? Who let him in the Pro Bowl? Who let Quantre Diggs in the Pro Bowl? Who let Derek Carr in the Pro Bowl? But
but I
you
mean,
know what?
Let
It was
Trevor
okay.
Lawrence in a Pro Bowl.
it was pretty. No, it was pretty crazy.
Hey, don't say nothing about Trevor Lawrence. He's crazy. He's like been one of the best quarterbacks this season. I don't know what you are talking
Josh
about.
Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
Trevor Lawrence was better
Dude,
than
okay,
Josh Allen this
and it was
season.
so funny. Tyler Huntley came in.
Okay,
And he was like,
no.
he was
Not a joke. No.
Tyler Huntley was going absolutely crazy in the precision passing event. I was like, "What the heck? This is crazy. How is he even doing this?" And I mean, he wasn't even that bad in the flag football game either. Derek Carr was pretty good. So I mean, I guess they kind of proved why they deserve to go in the Pro Bowl. But I mean, people are still questioning why Tyler Huntley was there. He didn't do that great in the season. I mean, he was okay. He was an okay replacement, but he wasn't really Pro Bowl worthy. But I guess he did show it during precision passing during the game, so that was pretty nice. My
Actual
favorite,
question. The actual question though is, okay, so he can do it in precision passing, but can he throw the actual wide receivers being defended?
I mean,
As of right now, no.
kind of did during the flag football game, but the flag football stuff kind of fits his style more. I mean, he's elusive and stuff like that, so it's easier for him to move around. So I mean, I suppose he can. I mean, there's a reason he's an NFL QB, but like, it was still kind of cool to see, you know.
Oh yeah.
Huntley actually did pretty good. Yeah.
By the way, at the end, before the episode ends, I have a little game for you guys.
All right, Jacob. Just Josh versus me.
Yeah. Well, we can get to that after.
Nice. I'm gonna beat Josh.
All right,
Okay.
keep going. Keep
I
going.
mean, okay. My favorite part of the Pro Bowl was during the flag football game. I believe it was Devonte Adams. Devonte Adams was running towards the goal line, and while he was right at the 1 yard line, um, I believe Trevon Diggs went for his flag, and at that moment, Devontae Adams flipped it right backwards. Tyreek Hill right behind him, grabs it, takes it in for a touchdown. It gets absolutely hammered by Trevon Diggs. That play was so cool.
Or Jalen
Cause
Ramsey
like
was Ramsey.
you don't see this stuff on the NFL field most of the time, and in the pro game they would never do that with the pads on. So with flag football, I just love the flag football. It's like flag football games, like high paced energy. They're all like mostly trying ish. So that's kind of fun to watch them do. Josh, what's your favorite part of the Pro Bowl?
Geno Smith absolutely going off in that first flag football game. The first half, literally, he ran like 3 plays for 3 touchdowns, just throwing it deep all the way down the field to whoever, George Kittle, whatever.
Hey, George Kittle to
Get,
Seattle. George Kittle to Seattle. We
There's
could make
no
him our
way.
wide receiver 3. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
yeah, the 49ers need the picks though, because they keep on trading them away and stuff. So
They're not getting rid of Kittle.
yeah, obviously not, but still, it gave us the NFC 6 points and a 33, which led us to a 33-31 win over the AFC.
Geno carried.
He
Geno, the
didn't
hero.
get. The one thing was he didn't get MVP.
I know, which was dumb.
It wasn't
Like,
Mr. Kirk Cousins.
He was still.
Kirk
the hero,
Cousins
though.
clutched it
Kirk
up though. You
Cousins-
gotta be honest. Kirk Cousins went crazy at the end.
Okay, but like Geno was
Okay,
the one that got it all started, right?
Okay,
I mean,
we're being a little biased. We're being a very
touchdowns.
biased
Okay,
right
yeah,
now.
we're being a
very
little biased,
but
yeah.
we still think Geno Smith should have won MVP. But
He
it's
should have
okay.
won MVP in
5
the
touchdowns.
regular league.
They should just the Seahawks should just give him $1 million extra just for that performance right there,
Seahawks should just
right there.
let him have the team.
Yeah, I mean the Pro Bowl was great. You'll have to see it. They got to keep doing this. They just got to promote the heck out of it. Maybe people will get more interested. So we were talking about Geno and his contract. Going right into it right now. So Geno Smith, he's gonna be a free agent most likely, unless he signs before the deadline. What do you guys think about the contract? I mean, he's been tweeting some interesting stuff about like song lyrics with like money involved, and so people are assuming it's about the contract. What should the Seahawks give him? How much should they give him? How long should how long should he be here for? And if we don't sign him, who should we get? Free agency, draft? What are we gonna do? Josh, what do you think about this whole contract talk stuff with Geno?
I don't know. It feels a little shaky. Like he's possibly.
Your mic's a little quiet.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet, but uh, it's like I don't know what to do. I would love to see Geno stay a little bit more. And I don't really personally like taking a risk, especially on the QB during the draft. Yes, it's a good QB class, and I know even though they say the QB class is bad, the last year's or previous year's QB classes have made me kind of worried about taking that risk, especially since we have fifth overall pick, right? Those top 4 teams, I think, kind of want quarterbacks as well. Especially the Texans, obviously.
I just hope the Seahawks do not take Will Levis. If they take Will Levis, I'm gonna be so mad,
I
bro.
don't know what that mock draft.
Josh Allen has ruined the NFL Combine for QBs. Well, he didn't ruin it. He made it better, but he ruined it for the teams. Because like Josh, you were saying, like quarterbacks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, and he wasn't like one of the top quarterback guys, but he got drafted early because of his combine. He went crazy in his combine. Zach Wilson did the exact same thing,
It was one.
and now look where he's at.
It was one freaking throw. He had that one long bomb at the pro day, and everyone's like, second overall pick right here. He's amazing.
Boom! That's our
One
guy.
throw. So one throw. He's now literally only famous for saying that he didn't let his defense down and for banging his mom's friends. That's all he's famous for now. I mean, like they should just. I don't even know what the Jets are gonna do now. Like their situation's also really bad. So it's rough for the Jets and the Texans. Jacob, how much do you think we should pay Geno, and how long for?
All right, Geno Smith. I want to keep him for 2 more years. I say pay him like 2 years, $50 million. I mean, you're gonna be like, whoa, that's a lot of money for a guy that hasn't proven much. He's done enough to deserve a contract as a normal QB, and not a top QB. But the thing is, even though he might want 30 million a year, 25 million years. I know $5 million is a lot, but you're already getting 25 million. Come on, man. You can't just be like wanting super much, like crazy amounts of money just because you had one Pro Bowl year. But we'll give him, you know, normal QB contract.
Yeah, I mean, I like the 25 million thing. I mean, I don't know why people say 30 million. Like that, first off, that's gonna be a lot of cap space taken up, and second off, I mean, you're right. I mean, he's not like that's how 30 million is like and over is like how much you pay like superstar All Pro QBs. Okay, I'm Geno's great, but Geno's not superstar All Pro QB. So I wouldn't get there yet. I mean, if they want to keep him for a long time, then maybe. But right now, yeah, high 20s is what you would probably want to put it at 20 to 30 million. That's what you want to go for. Josh, how long do
I
you
want
want to?
2 years.
Yeah, and Josh, what do you think about his contract?
I mean, yeah, obviously, yes. 35 is too big of a deal. I think 25 is decent, but I feel like with that amount of money, we wouldn't be able to pay other players. So I would say give if you want to give him more money, put it on a lesser deal because if he's the reason why we won't be able to go beyond the playoffs, then we'll have an easy way to get out sooner.
I see what you mean, Josh. I'm just busy looking at Jacob's camera right now because all he's doing is making eyebrow faces. If you're listening to this on like a podcast site and you have no clue what's going on, go to our YouTube and you can see Jacob make his crazy eyebrow faces.
YouTube.com/C/Seahawks Martin. Go. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacob, I don't know what you're doing, man. That's pretty weird. We'll see what happens with Geno. Hopefully, I mean, I feel like they should lowball him. That's probably the best way. I don't want them to give him. I don't want them to give him like a mega contract. And I mean, if 30 million's where they're gonna end up compromising, I guess it's fine. I mean, it's gonna take a hit on our cap, but if they can like just have the young guys not take up too much space, we'll be
Yeah.
fine. We'll cut a few guys who don't need to be there, and we'll see what happens. I mean, at the end of the day, we just hope the contract ends and like before he ends up becoming a free agent. Because once he becomes a free agent, every team has a bite at Geno Smith. They can all go get him. He can just take an offer, and we'll end up with somebody else like Drew Lock or a guy in the draft like Will Levis or possibly
No, no,
Bryce
no,
Young
no,
if
no,
he
no, no, no,
falls to
not
us.
Will Levis, not Will Levis,
Possibly,
not Will Levis, not
I'm
Will
just
Levis.
I'm just giving options. I'm just
Will.
giving. I don't want Will Levis either, but like if
CJ
Bryce,
Stroud,
maybe even
Anthony
Stroud or
Richardson,
Richardson, or if Bryce Young falls to us, you never know. You
and
never
Bryce
know.
Young's not
You
falling
never
to
know. You
us.
never know. Maybe the teams could do something dumb. We'll see what happens. All right, Josh, you hate to see it. Absolutely hate to see it.
Here,
The
be right back.
Seattle Sounders, as Jacob takes a break right here, the Seattle Sounders came into this Club World Cup with high hopes, high expectations, and it just did not go the way they planned. They lost 1-0 to Al Ali. And Josh, I mean, what is your reaction to this? I know it hurts because you're a big Sounders fan. How do you feel, man?
Us Sounders fans, it hurt a lot, like a lot. But for everybody else, MLS fans, the American fans, casual Sounders fans are exactly like Jacob. Who cares? Let's get out of here and move on. Like, this is like a really big deal. Only European and Spanish teams have won this, basically. And we won't be able to qualify for the World Cup next year because he won't let us come back to the Champions League. So we would have to wait. If we have to be really good this MLS season and win the Champions League, and then we'll be able to come back to the World Cup. So basically, another 2 years before we even have a shot of making it back. Jacob, what are you doing?
This guy Jacob makes the craziest faces. All right, go along, Josh.
Yeah, we we just blew it in the 88th minute off a own goal shot, a deflection off of Roldan. We had kept it close all game, but just blew it with 2 minutes left. 1-0 loss. We just have to wait for the start of the MLS season at the end of February, with a preseason game. I think 2 weeks from now. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
sad.
you just hate to lose it in the 88th minute of all minutes. I mean, 88th, 89th minute, that's just a heart wrencher right there. I mean, at that point, you're like, practically all hope is lost, and it had to come off a deflection, which was probably one of the worst ways possible to lose your goal. But the Seattle Sounders are still a great team. They still have a bright future. Come back to the MLS, get back into the playoffs, hopefully, and avenge yourselves from last year. Now, Josh, the Seattle Kraken, they made a trade.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's All-Star break right now, so the Kraken are not doing anything. But they did make a trade for. Hold up.
Jacob Magna, defenseman off of the San Jose Sharks.
I messed up.
That's
They-
me.
I
That's
messed up. I
me.
messed up. The Kraken had a game today which they got walloped 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0
But
against the Islanders.
let's just forget about that. So yeah, they made a trade for Jacob Magna, a defenseman. Josh, what is your reaction to this? Jacob's right here.
Hey, it helps our def. Well, going into this wallop from the Islanders, I'm like, oh yay, something to help our defense for something pretty cheap as a fourth round pick for a really good defenseman off of San Jose. But today he blew it for the Kraken, letting plus minus of -2. Basically, that means he was on the ice for 2 out of the 4 Islanders goals, and that's not what you want to see for a debut as a Kraken.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start. Josh, back on the road. What are you expecting from this Kraken team as they do their next road trip?
I mean, we got like unlike the other teams, we actually got the break. There was um no Kraken player except Bowie at the All-Star game, so we had a
And the
big
Seattle
break.
Kraken Instagram admin. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
Can't
Too
believe he
bad.
played.
I wish Beniers was there, man. That sucks.
My
No.
Beniers wasn't in the.
Beniers got hurt. He
He was
got
injured.
cheap shotted by some
Oh, but he
during
was.
during the
gorilla.
Vancouver game.
Yeah, I
A
hate
cheap shot
Vancouver.
from a gorilla, bro. It was dumb. Whatever. It is what it is. I mean,
What do
he's
you
coming
call it?
back. He's gonna come back. So I think hopefully he stays at his level, and Kraken will be fine because he's one of their finest players. Josh, I mean, anything else about the Kraken? I mean, they gotta hold on if they want to stay
Yeah.
up there, and if they do,
Number 1, we're still first in the Pacific,
Still
tied
number
with the
one.
Kings at
so if
58.
they keep it up, I mean, that's playoffs hopefully, and that would be really nice. Only in the second season the Kraken make the playoffs. Hopefully that happens. All right, let's go back to the NFL really quick. Tom Brady retired for real this time.
We're not sure about that yet.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
sent
no.
he sent another message that he actually still thinks he got it.
You're kidding.
Oh my God.
No
Actually
way.
said-
You're trolling.
He actually said that.
You're trolling.
I can't remember who, but on some podcast somewhere he still says he has
Our
like, the
podcast.
advice. Our podcast, sure.
This is the first time anyone's hearing about this, Josh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Really?
kidding.
I actually
No,
saw
I'm
a
just kidding. I'm
post.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Someone find it. We need to find it.
No, I don't know. I think this time he's actually calling it quits. I mean, this
No, he's not. He's not.
The last time he retired, he unretired, lost his wife, went 8-9, barely won the NFC South, got walloped in the wild card. I mean, not a good season. And especially, I mean, he lost his wife. Okay, his supermodel wife. He lost his supermodel wife. That's a pretty bad season. I mean, even by Tom Brady standards, okay? So, I mean, he doesn't want to do that again. He's not going to put his body through all that damage
His wife already left him. What does he gotta lose?
Here we go. Here,
man?
I got it.
What does he gotta lose?
Sports Illustrated, on the Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray, Brady says, "quote There's always gonna there's always going to be a part of me that wants to play, and a part of me that feels like I can play.
he's just going for the drama. I mean, he's just trying to get people to be like, "Whoa, wait, is he actually coming back?" I think for real this time.
He's going to come back. He's going to
He's
come
not
back.
gonna. I don't think he's gonna come back. He's old. He's what 45 now, 46. He's not gonna do it. I mean, this is his second retirement. He already wasted. He literally said himself. He already wasted a retirement speech last year, so
Yeah.
he's done. He's absolutely done. I mean, what a career for Tom Brady. You know, it didn't end the way he wanted it to, but he still made it to the playoffs, so that's pretty cool. Said 7 rings, right? 7 rings, just the greatest of all time. They don't even need a waiver to be eligible. Just put him in the Hall of Fame already, like right now. Just put him in the Hall of Fame. We really don't need a debate because by the time he is eligible, it's gonna be unanimous vote anyways. So just give him his bus, put him in Canton, easy. What a career for Tom Brady. I mean, it's just some great performances. A performance that we don't want to remember in Super Bowl 49. But other than that, I mean, he was just amazing. I mean, people hated him, but they hated him for being good. I mean, I hated him for being good. I think you guys hated him for being good, but he was just so good to the point where people got tired of him, and that just showed how great he was on the field. I mean, off the field too. Besides Deflategate, besides Spygate, and besides his divorce. Other than that, I mean, he's a pretty cool guy.
Does this
Um,
besides
he just needs
Yeah,
to
don't forget
he
all
just
of
needs to chill with
this
all
and
his
all.
Instagram underwear photos during his retirement and just wait until he
kissing his
goes
son?
and just wait when he goes to Fox Sports, okay? I mean, but happy retirement, Tom Brady. I mean, what a career. Absolutely
Gonna do
beautiful
it now.
career.
He's gonna like unleash all his true self before he gets into booth. He's not gonna do any of this when he's in the booth. He's gonna do it now.
I mean, I'm gonna be excited for when he gets into the booth. It's not gonna be until 2024, but I'm honestly excited to see how he does. Hopefully he doesn't crash and burn. Hopefully he's like consistent, like Tony Romo before this season, kind of commentary. But I think Tom Brady will be pretty good in the booth. I mean, he knows how to read the game, obviously, so I think he'll be fine. All right, Jacob, let's talk a little bit NBA here. Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, and in return, the Mavericks got a few players. And so, who won this trade here, Jacob?
Oh, who won the trade? It's more about who lost the trade. All right. The Brooklyn Nets did all this to get Kyrie Irving, traded players, had to make room for money, did all this just to trade him back for Spencer Dinwiddie. Oh my gosh. They did all that just to trade back for Spencer Dinwiddie. Kevin Durant is right now is probably so mad because now it's him. Actually, you know what? I scratched that. Cam Thomas has been playing crazy, back-to-back 40-point games. With Kyrie gone, he could end up being, a star. Just saying. So maybe Kevin Durant's a little bit happier after Cam Thomas has been playing this good. Just randomly ends up being good. Yeah, Kyrie Mavericks. I don't know how that's gonna work. Luka Doncic and Kyrie both want the ball. I don't see what the point of Kyrie was to support Luka. What when they tried to get Porzingis in, that was a perfect move. Except Porzingis did not turn out. If they got another big man, I think would be a better trade than getting Kyrie. But I'm just gonna have to see what happens. So
I mean, the Luca and Kyrie duo might actually work pretty damn well. I mean, Luca's already like really amazing. You add Kyrie in there, I mean, you've got two options to for clutch guys. I mean, you never know. Kyrie might still have it. It could happen. So I mean, Dallas is already a contender. This might make
no,
him even
I
more of
think
a
he still
contender.
has it.
But this might make him even more of a contender. But you never know. Josh, I see you shaking your head. What do you think about this?
I don't really like it. I mean, the Nets got actually a pretty decent haul for a guy who's not even playing for them and is going to become a free agent at the end of the season anyway. Is it this season? Yeah, this season, right? So I think they got a pretty good haul, and now Durant doesn't have to wait for Irving anymore. It's literally up to him now if he wants to lead the Nets to victory. And those first rounders and second rounders will help hopefully grow this team, and I think the Nets are gonna be better in the long run. Though the Mavs, I feel like we'll have maybe this 1 year title shot. After that, I just feel like Ivory's gonna complain again, wants more money. We're gonna go through all the cycle again. Mavs burn Ivory for more picks and start again.
That's
I
what you.
got one more thing to say. As I'm looking at this right now, Cam Thomas just had another 40-point game today.
There you go.
3 40-point games in a row. That's crazy. He's a random. He'd start off the season as a random.
Everybody's a random until they entered the NBA. You know that.
Except for like maybe like LeBron,
Except
Zion,
Except for
Zion.
literally
Zion doesn't
everybody.
fit.
Victor Wembanyama. He's already
Other than
more
that, yeah.
popular than the NBA players. Like,
Well,
jeez.
he's not a random anymore, Jacob.
Nope.
So, I mean,
This
three
guy,
three 40-point performances in a row. That could
he got,
solidify you for sure.
he got 18 of his points off of free throws, though. But hey, if you're gonna get your points, you're gonna get your points, man.
All right, all right. All right, Jacob. What's your game for us?
All right. You know, I've seen this on other podcasts. It's a pretty popular game. It's called. I forgot what it's called. It's called something like.
I was
It's called
waiting for like
something
the
like.
big intro. You're like, it's
Oh,
called.
it's like. It's
Oh
called
yeah.
like.
Dramatic music.
I don't know. This or that. It's something like
This or
that.
that. This
So
or
I
that. Okay,
or I
that's not a
or
negative.
better or worse. It's where I name a player and then or I name a player, right? And that's gonna be the base guy for the next few questions. And then I'm gonna say another name and you tell me which player is better.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go with Tua Tagovailoa edition. Okay, so
Oof.
I'm gonna name players, and you tell me if you think they're better than Tua or not. Derek Carr.
Ah, why you
Turn up
gotta
top.
give us a curveball on the
Turn up
very first question? Damn. Okay. Let me pull up their stats really quick so I can just think about it. I mean, Derek Carr didn't have the best year this year, obviously.
It was
Um,
not that great of a year.
hmm. I would say right now, probably worse. Derek Carr's probably worse. Look, I get it. He made the Pro Bowl, okay? But, like, the Pro Bowl's, like,
Tua,
only
I think Tua should have made the Pro
Yeah,
Bowl.
Yeah,
Tua
obviously,
should have
Tua
made the
should have
Pro
made
Bowl.
the Pro Bowl.
He led in fan voting, and then the NFL decided, nah, let's throw him out. Now, Tua would be like way better than Derek Carr if he wasn't getting in concussion protocols so often. But like right now, it's like kind of slim right here. Like Derek Carr's just underneath. So I would say for now, Derek Carr's a little bit worse. But if Tua were to like not get injured that often, Tua would be probably up here. I mean, he has so many weapons: Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle,
Josh,
all that.
what do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm gonna go with Tua on this one. I mean, Tua was actually able to at least like almost make the Dolphins to the playoffs, even without Tyreek Hill. Derek Carr gets Devontae Adams, plus still has Waller, and literally could do nothing.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
All right, Tua or Daniel Jones.
Tua,
It's Tua.
yeah, Tua.
Tua.
All right, Tua or Brock Purdy.
Tua. Let me say Tua here.
Okay, that's a little tough because
Okay. I'll give you my reasoning for why I say Tua's better. Look, I mean, Brock Purdy just has too many weapons around. Like, I get it. Tua has weapons around, but he's still making the plays. Even when Tyreek Hill might be gone and covered, even though Jalen Waddle might be covered, he'll just throw to the other guy. He's still making plays out there. Like, he has two weapons. Brock Purdy has five. Well, he has Kittle, he has Ayuk, he has Samuel, he has McCaffrey. He has and a whole O line to keep him
Elijah Mitchell.
healthy in that back. While Tua has like the worst O line in the league, he's always having to run for his life, and he's still making plays. So I'm gonna say Tua over Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's only like one relevant offensive lineman on the Dolphins. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna go Tua on this one though. I agree. He's a lot more better, but I feel like if Brock Purdy decides not to do Tommy John surgery and would instead only miss 6 months instead of the whole year if he'd taken the surgery, I feel like he would be able like there's a possibility that Purdy might be able to fake it in our eyes, possibly could be better after next year if he decides not to take surgery. Player wise, skill wise, obviously Tua.
All right. Tua or Matthew Stafford?
Tua.
It's hard to say because Matthew Stafford didn't play that much this year. I mean, he got injured, a season-ending injury. So, I mean, if you're basing off this season, then Tua. But like, if you're basing like throughout like when Tua started to now, I would probably say Matthew Stafford. I mean, Stafford won a ring and everything. So, I mean, if we're saying this season, I would say Tua. If like since Tua started, then I would say Matthew Stafford.
All right. Tua or Geno Smith?
Geno.
Geno.
I feel so biased right now, but Geno. I mean,
Mm.
Geno put up.
Let's think about this.
Who would I rather
Let's
have? I'd
not
rather
go
have Tua because he's younger, but like
But
Geno
better,
Smith is
but
better than Tua.
Geno's better. I mean, Geno put up better stats, top in completion percentage, up there in passing touchdowns, up there
Yeah.
in passing yards. Didn't throw too many interceptions. I mean, okay, actually he did, but like not as bad as the way Tua would throw interceptions because Tua's pretty interception prone. Now they both, have similar weapons to top 20 wide receivers. So
Horrible O line.
they both have like okay O lines. Geno's O line is
Not
better because
okay.
it's younger,
Not
but I'd say the Dolphins O line is worse. But I'd still say Geno because Geno put up the better stats this year. And like I'm totally not being biased right now. Totally.
yeah. By the way, we're doing this is not off of who you would have. It's more like who is better.
Who's better? I still say
I'm
All
Geno.
gonna
right.
I'd still say
I'm
Geno.
gonna go. I'm gonna go with Geno because of his very, very accurate passing. We've seen that in flag football, and we've seen it on the field.
All right. Tua or Kyler Murray?
Ooh. Okay, this one's kind of tough.
Tua because Kyler's too short.
Dang. But you could say that, use that same argument for Russell. Like, if you put Tua up on Russell, you'd say Tua because Russell's too short. I mean, so I don't know. Like,
And
Kyler,
as we can
Kyler,
see with this
Kyler
new
didn't do good
location and
this year.
everything,
Kyler didn't do good this year. But, oh, man.
I mean, his wide receiver one was
Suspended
That's
for
like-
out
6
for
games.
like
I know.
almost
Yeah.
the entire like for like most of the season, and then he got hurt. So
I mean, he has more wide receivers than most QBs have. Like he has five wide receivers going most plays. Like they're a wide receiver heavy offense, and you would think, oh yeah, much more confusion. But it gives him a lot more options to pass with, and he's just not able to find them because again, he's too short.
all right, let's move to the
I'm
next.
gonna say Tua on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the next player. For all those, aside from Geno, I would have said Tua.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
all those, I would
Yeah.
have said
Yeah.
Tua, except for Geno. All right, we're gonna go running backs now. Let's go with, let's say, this guy. He's been a great running back for a little while, but this year he had a breakout year. Josh Jacobs.
Well,
All right,
okay.
running backs. Who would you rather have? Josh Jacobs or Dalvin Cook?
Ooh. I'll probably say Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook's just like Josh Jacobs, like you said. His breakout season was this year. Before that, he was like not bad. And Dalvin Cook usually had the upper hand and all that. So I'm gonna say Dalvin Cook.
I'm
Josh.
gonna go with Josh. Obvious. I'm gonna go with Josh.
Josh is gonna
Biased.
go with Josh Jacobs. Just everything like Derrick Henry. Josh
No,
Jacobs,
but
Josh Jacobs.
Dalvin Cook is very, very injury prone.
That is true. That is
Very.
true.
Yeah. All right, Josh Jacobs or Miles Sanders?
Josh
I think we know.
Jacobs.
Yeah, I think we know.
Josh Jacobs, yeah.
Miles Sanders is like
He's the most random running back. Like last season, one like 0 touchdowns this season. I mean, he had a really good year this year, but
yeah, I know. Miles
I don't
Sanders
know.
is not as good as
Josh-
Jacobs for sure.
Josh Jacobs or Nick Chubb?
Jacobs.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'd stick with Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley.
Ugh.
Jacobs.
Dude, I mean, Barkley just had a really good year this year. I mean, he's up there for comeback player of the year also. But if we're basing off like the last couple of years, I mean, Saquon's been injury prone the whole time, so I would say Josh Jacobs also.
It's not who you would rather have, it's who's better, I'd say.
I know. I
All
think
right.
I'd say Josh Jacobs still. He's just
Yeah,
more
Josh
consistent, I
Jacobs.
guess.
Josh Jacobs or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Eric Henry.
100%. 100%.
Uh, Josh Jacobs or Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey.
CMC. CMC.
Um, Josh Jacobs or Aaron Jones?
Josh Jacobs.
Hmm. I would actually go Aaron Jones here. I mean, he's still a big weapon for Mr. Rogers. So I'd say Aaron Jones.
You would
Josh Jacobs
wait,
or
hold on, hold
my
on.
bad.
But so if you think Aaron Jones is better than Josh Jacobs, but but you don't think Dalvin Cook or Saquon Barkley would be better than
Are you saying
uh
Aaron Jones is better than
Jones?
Saquon?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, he's just more consistent, honestly. He the past
Whoa,
the past
What?
whoa,
the past couple
whoa.
of years,
But I'm
Aaron
saying,
Jones
because
has
think
been
about it.
pretty
If
dang
Aaron
good.
Jones, you
I'm just
say, is
saying.
better than Josh Jacobs, but Saquon Barkley is and Dalvin Cook is worse than Josh Jacobs, does that mean that Aaron Jones is better than Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley?
You guys are making me think now.
All right. But the
Uh,
thing is with Aaron Jones, he had the greatest running back prime of all time.
And
That
he had a
one game
prime.
against that one game against the Eagles
I mean,
where he had 200
I guess I'm
something
thinking
yards.
Aaron Jones would be better like the last couple of years, but I guess yeah, you're right. This year he wasn't it. I mean, AJ Dillon was getting more of it, right? Oh wait, yeah, AJ Dillon and stuff.
Maybe.
And he just yeah, Aaron Jones did kind of fall off. But I guess if we're talking like back then, yeah, I'll say Aaron Jones. Why not?
All right. Aaron Jones or I mean not Aaron Jones.
This will probably be our last one right here.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs or Tony Pollard.
Who? Josh Jacobs.
Dang. I need to see Tony Pollard get more touches in the Cowboys
Yeah.
games. I mean, Zeke isn't good anymore. Should only be used for like goal line stuff. So I mean, I haven't seen enough of Tony Pollard. So I'm just gonna say Josh Jacobs right there. Last one.
All right. Do you know what I would have said for all these?
What would you say?
I would have said Josh Jacobs is better than everyone here
Yeah.
except for Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Okay.
I think that
Not CMC.
Understandable.
I've seen. Okay, my top 5 running backs are 1 Barkley, 2 Chubb, 3 Jacobs, 4 Henry, 5 CMC.
Okay.
What about
I can respect.
what
that
about
list.
K9? No, I'm joking.
K9
K9,
still
he's
got more
top
than
10.
that. He's still
He's
got
top
a
10
little
though.
more.
Oh yeah, number 6. I honestly would put like Miles Sanders. He had a great year. I know last year no
Sure,
touchdown.
I guess
His scrimmage yards are always
if you're saying
good.
only this year, then sure, I can understand that. But
His scrimmage yards are
other
always
than this year,
good.
Miles Sanders has been like mid. He's just been mid the whole time. So I don't. I guess this year, yeah, I
He had
understand.
a 4.9 average carry,
Okay, that's
100
pretty good.
1,269 yards, 11 touchdowns. Big improvements.
Sure, yeah. We'll see if he can keep it up next year, though.
All right. Yeah, guess
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Next week, we'll go wide receivers and tight ends. Let's see what you have in store for that, Jacob. Unless you
Oh
want
yeah.
us to host it next time.
No, I'll
Uh,
host it for you
Let me
guys.
just say one more thing. Okay, the Super Bowl commercial. I need to see Burger King do a full like 3 minute take up the entire commercial time slot with the full on BK.
Have Rihanna during the halftime
There-
show sing
Have
the
you guys
Whopper
heard the
song.
30-second extended song? That
Yes,
actually is
I've
decent
heard
good
it,
enough.
dude. I used to hate the Whopper commercial so much whenever the Seahawks were losing, but now it's kind of grown on me. Like the Seahawks are eliminated, now I can like just watch it without crying in my sleep, right? It's like it's actually kind of entertaining. You're like it comes on, you're like ah ha ha, somewhere over there, 49ers fan is punching the TV. This is great. So it's much better watching it when like your team's winning, or if you're not, or if your team's not even playing. So the Whopper commercials starting to grow on me. So I want to see a 3 minute long like all the commercials that they've ever done combined.
Yeah.
and do that one full song just to see how many people break their TVs in America. That would be great. That will end this episode of Emerald City Sports the Podcast. Thank you for listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, or if you're watching this
YouTube.
on YouTube. See you guys later, and we'll see you after the Super Bowl.